Hi everyone, I'm Ivimey-Cook and I'm this year's SORTEE President, and it's my absolute honour to be able to give the concluding address which ends the 5th annual virtual conference. Apologies I'm not there to give this in person, but there's a lot of building work that's happening on my house which you may hear in the background, and I didn't think it was going to be too easy to give a talk with so much background interference. But regardless of that, I just want to say and start off by giving a massive thank you to the conference committee for all their hard work, the facilitators for all the amazing open science discussions that have taken place, and also a massive thank you to all the participants that have actively engaged in the open science, the fantastic 27 hours of open science that has occurred over the last day or so. So who were we? Who were the people that made up this fantastic conference? So this is just a nice graphic that the conference committee sent me from the participant data. So we had 265, potentially more, 265 attendees from around 37 different countries. And one of the loveliest things to hear was that around 150 of these were people that had not attended a SORTEE conference since 2022. So they didn't appear at the 2023 or 2024 conference, and that's really amazing to see that this international society is continuing to discuss and promote open science practices to a whole diverse audience, which is really awesome. And what did we say? So this was a lovely slide that my predecessor, Rose O'Day, put together. Apologies, I'm cutting off some of it with my face. But I've updated it for this year, and I just think it's really nice that there's a nice word cloud in the middle there, which highlights all the key different words, the different words that were sort of given in the hashtag welcome Slack channel. And there's also some quotes that I've taken from some of the welcomes, just showing that how welcoming the conference committee were about welcoming participants to the conference, but also how members and non-members were really looking forward to another fantastic 27 hours of open science discussion and learning, and it's absolutely fantastic to see. And as well, Rose put together this really fantastic slide of emojis that describe the hashtag welcome channel for last year. I thought I'd put it up again to once again appreciate the hard effort and work that she had put in. And if you go onto the hashtag welcome channel this year, it's no different. There's lots of different emojis describing people's work, and also in response to the welcome messages, showing what a lovely welcoming environment SORTEE is, that welcomes people from a whole wide range of backgrounds and disciplines, and it's really awesome to see. We also had two absolutely amazing plenary talks from Israel Barakini and Samin Fazir, covering some really important topics in open science. And if you've missed this because it was potentially not in the right time zone, these will be uploaded to our SORTEE YouTube channel. And as well, there are plenaries from previous years, so I really do urge you to catch up with this year's plenary presentations and also the previous years, because there are some absolutely amazing speakers. So what did we learn? So over the 27 hours of open science, what did we learn? So there was a whole host of different open science discussions and conferences. So we learned about the Garden of Forking Paths. We discussed guidelines for research integrity and macroecology and evolution. We got people's and researchers' experiences with registered reports. We had some important discussion about what generative AI means for open science, how to start your own code club, and a topic that's very close to my heart, how DAGs can help behavioral ecology be more transparent, and more recently we had how to think about hypothesis testing in ecology. We also had some really fantastic, more interactive hackathons where people were actively engaging in a targeted aim. So we were rallying support for open science. We were doing a reproducibility hackathon of recent research. We were helping collate and create a database of open science policies for major funding agencies, and evaluating FAIR principles in mechanistic models, and also expanding the data set of learned societies, which is just showcases the amazing breadth of research and discussion and hackathons that was happening at this year's conference. And lastly, we had a number of really cool workshops that were happening. So we were using ascending data standards in wildlife disease ecology. We were investigating, building, and working on SORTEE research collaborations. And also we were promoting open discussions of scientific failure at scientific conferences. So super important topics, and once again highlights the amazing breadth of topics that are discussed at this SORTEE conference every year. So if you missed any of this and you wanted to catch up, potentially if some of these topics were not in the right time zone, each of them has a dedicated Slack channel which has sessions, the slides, notes, sign-up sheets, expression of interest, for instance. So I really do urge you to catch up with that. It's worth also, if there's any key links, to bookmark them and potentially download any of the information or material before the messages disappear. In the SORTEE conference Slack, we have 90 days before these start to disappear. So it's really worth doing it before it's too late. And also, if you're keen to learn more and you want to get more, continue sort of the good vibes from the conference, continue to ask questions in Slack. SORTEE is a fantastic place where there's lots of engagement between members, non-members, and it's a lovely place to discuss open science in general. We also have a fantastic curated collection, a Zotero library of open science papers. So I really do urge you to check that out with the URL there. We've also got a really amazing resource tab on the SORTEE website, which has a whole load of other really important resources for people to learn more about open science. So what happens next? So we finished the 27 hours of SORTEE conferencing. What happens next for SORTEE? Well, it doesn't just stop there for us. There's a whole host of other activities and events happening this year. So in October, in the 27th of October, we've got the risks and rewards of LLMs in open research, a topic that was discussed at this conference, about what LLMs mean for open science. So I really do urge you to attend this webinar. The QR code is there on screen now. In November, we've got the monthly code club, and this is going to be focusing on data simulation and power analyses. So if you're really interested in that, I really do urge you to stay tuned for more information about that, and it'll be posted in the Slack. We've also got the virtual social, the first Tuesday of November. And if you want a break from work and you want just a chilled, relaxed chat, maybe talk about some open science, or something completely different, it's worth us attending that and talking to some lovely people. It's also worth staying tuned for the date and time of our annual members meeting. We will send this around via email and also in the Slack, where we'll be electing new board members, presenting our annual report, and most importantly, we'll be hearing from SORTEE members about how you think that this year has gone and what we can improve for next year. So that's a lot of events, lots of things are happening, and normally a lot of things happen throughout the year for SORTEE. It's worth staying up to date via the calendar invites, so this tiny URL will get you there. It's worth staying signed into the SORTEE Slack, so staying up to date with what's happening in the SORTEE Slack. That's where a lot of announcements will be posted. And also, if you've received emails from us before, it's worth checking your spam just to make sure they don't end up there. And if they have, make sure that they're added. The SORTEE emails are added to your safe sender list. We've had some issues with newsletters in the past. It's a really fantastic part of my role as president is to announce the SORTEE Commendation Awards in the concluding an address at the SORTEE conference. And these awards really highlight projects that align with our aims and priorities as an organization. So prioritizing openness, transparency, and increasing reliability of ecology and evolutionary biology. And this year we received a number of really fantastic projects and I'm delighted to announce the 6 projects that have won a SORTEE Commendation Award. We're awarded a SORTEE Commendation Award for 2025. So the first one is Virtual Australian Museum of Paleontology, or VAMP, which provides access to over 500 high-resolution 3D scans of Australian fossils. Julia Philo, which is a software ecosystem for phylogenetics in Julia. Morphobank, which is a FAIR database designed to facilitate collection, curation, dissemination of morphological character data for phylogenetic and systematic research. EcoEvo Apps, which is a collection of open source interactive web apps for exploring ecology and evolution models. MacaqueNet, which is a long-term community-driven initiative which aims at advancing transparent and collaborative science for a standardized database on macaque social behavior. And lastly, but by no means least, Flipping the Script, which is a valuable initiative fostering R skills in ecology via interactive tutorials for undergrads. So well done, everyone, that for the projects that have won the SORTEE Commendation Awards. We will be in touch for next steps and for you to receive your certificate, which is fantastic. So well done, everyone, for doing such great projects that really do highlight the amazing community around SORTEE. So I think it goes without saying that I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has contributed over this year, not least to this conference, to the conference committee, to the facilitators, and also the technical assistants, but to everyone, the members and non-members who have really made this conference so fantastic. And this is just a list of all the awesome names of the facilitators who've put on such amazing events for us and have prompted such great open science discussion over the last 27 hours. Also, it goes without saying that a lot of this would not be possible without the support from these organizations shown on screen now. Without you, a lot of what we can do would not be possible simply because this is all volunteer-led with no funding from without support from external organizations. So this is just really fantastic. Thank you very much. And a massive thanks, I think I've said it several times, but a huge thank you to the 2025 Conference Committee. The names of the people are on the screen now, and the technical assistance volunteers. Absolutely amazing work. I'm sure everyone else will agree in chat now. It's been an absolutely fantastic 27 hours. So a massive thank you for all your hard work and dedication. It's been absolutely amazing, and it's been really lovely to see such engaging participation from members and non-members alike. So, and lastly, I think I'll just end with how we can try and shape 2026. So as I've consistently said, SORTEE is volunteer-led. This would not be possible without the amazing help from volunteers, and we really need your help to shape 2026. So firstly, you can provide valuable feedback about this conference via this link here. So you can tell us what went wrong, what you enjoyed, what went right, what you didn't enjoy about the conference, so we can help shape the 2026 conference next year and provide invaluable feedback for us. And lastly, I'll just end with stressing that SORTEE, the things that we do with SORTEE throughout the year, the organization is not possible without the amazing help and hard work and dedication from our team of volunteers. And we need more volunteers for 2026, so it's really worth nominating yourself either for a board position if you want to help shape the organization, the priorities of the organization in 2026, but also if you want to contribute and potentially chair or just work or just help out on one of the many committees that we have. It's worth clicking on this link and putting yourself down and nominating yourself. SORTEE as an organization cannot function without the amazing work from our volunteers. So I would like to say a massive thank you to everyone who's made this year so fantastic across the different committees. Obviously, this conference would not be possible without the conference committee in particular. So massive thank you. and I urge people to nominate themselves. The deadline is October 30th. Thank you very much for everyone that has made the last 27 hours so fantastic. Thanks to the facilitators, the conference committee, the technical assistants, and I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of the week. Thank you.